Hey everybody, Lift at Night here. I got a wonderful video for you guys to watch. So I'm going to play that real quick and then I'm going to give you some context about what happened. This is an incident that happened last March. I called it the shared ride from hell because it literally was like the worst shared ride I've ever had. Or pretty up there on the list. So go ahead and take a watch and we'll jump back to me after the video is done playing. So yeah, enjoy. Good? Oh, did you have your phone?
Yeah.
Does it need to get cleaned off?
Just a little napkin if you have one.
Okay, let me get it from the back there, okay?
No, it's fine.
I don't know. Let's get it cleaned up. So, just a little context on what you just saw. Yeah, both girls were throwing up at the same time at one point. And that is pretty crappy considering that it's a shared ride. Now, that video was just a small section of the whole entire ride. I think it was like a 40-minute ordeal. I didn't get paid much for that ride. And there actually was a little bit of throw up on my seats and on the side panels. And then one of the girls had a water bottle that was open and it just like spilled all over my seats and everything. So that really sucked. And in the end, I ended up having to charge damage fees for them, both of those passengers. But, one thing that the video doesn't show is the before part where I pick up one girl and she's like, I'm so drunk. And then I pick up this other girl from the bar and she's really drunk. She's kind of a little bit quiet, but she at least able to tell me how she feels. And like, so we're heading to Long Beach and I need to get on the freeway. And like, right as I'm in the freeway turn in the city, one girl, she needs to throw up. And so like, okay, the girl in the back seat needs to throw up. Okay, cool. So I'm like blocking traffic pretty much. This girl has her door open and she's throwing up. Now, what happens afterwards is, she finishes. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, are you good? Do you need anything? You straight? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Okay, we go back on the freeway. Or we go onto the freeway. We haven't even gone on yet. And we're traveling a little bit. Then the other girl in the front needs to throw up. And I'm like second lane into the freeway and it's like nighttime and people in Los Angeles don't drive the speed limit, especially on the freeway. They're just zooming past everything. So I eventually have to put my emergencies on, and like that girl's opening the door while my emergency's on. I'm in motion. And so we finally get to the side and I'm not even in a safe spot. Like I'm actually between lanes. So there's a entry lane for people to come into the freeway and there was the first lane that, you know, eventually the entry lane merges into the first lane type of thing. So we were in that like island area right there. And that girl's throwing up now in the front. And then like she's throwing up, she drops her phone and all that. And you know, eventually I offer to give her a towel. And then the other girl in the back starts throwing up. And basically we're just like doing that for like, that's just a small section, but this little clip right here shows, you know, pretty much the essence of like what I was having to deal with. And I was getting more and more annoyed. I was just trying to be nice about it though. So that is my worst shared ride I've ever had. You know, damage was done to the vehicle. Got it cleaned up. Got my compensation. It really sucked. And it's just one of the things where, like, you know, I want to like advocate to the other drivers, my fellow drivers, you don't have to pick up these rides. If somebody is so drunk, if they come up into your door and say, I'm so drunk, I'm like, okay, well, you can go ahead and order another ride then, because I don't want that in here. And that ride was a teaching lesson, teaching moment to me, that it's not worth it to take these rides. And you know, just to share another bit of insight, that was a shared ride. So I'm getting a reduced rate, getting paid a reduced rate to deal with this. All my stops, all my, you know, all of that, they don't compensate you for that. And, you know, I think, you know, people trying to be cheap, you know, even if you get a normal ride, it doesn't excuse the fact that like you're overly intoxicated. You should probably sober up a little bit before you get into a ride, or have somebody take you home that you know. It's a responsibility factor. We're not required in any way to take somebody who is intoxicated home. And you know, Lyft and Uber have guidelines for intoxication, so you do have every right to cancel that ride and collect a cancellation fee for it. Even if you're not transporting them, you know, we're not required to transport drunks around. There is no rule that says that we have to. So knowing that, you know, when you're not comfortable with a ride, I said this in the previous video, cancel and collect your cancellation fee if it's acceptable. If you don't feel like it's acceptable, don't collect a cancellation fee. But, you know, cancel the ride, save your rating, save your car too, because that is your asset. That is something that you pay for, and they could potentially damage it beyond something that Lyft and Uber will compensate to repair. So you know, it's just common sense at this moment. And I think that a lot of drivers, I'm hoping that people can learn from this. So other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. A little bit long, but I promise to get more archive footage up. This was back in March, so hopefully we'll have some more interesting stuff to show you guys pretty soon. All right, guys, peace out.